Hey everyone, it's Chris with Retirement Hunt, and today we're going to go over the income in my investment portfolio for the month of March. Now, this month was really exciting as there was some unusual activities in my account that I'm going to go over. But overall, I had dividends of $278.10 for the month of March. And also, if you stay till the end, I'm going to share one big mistake that I figured out within my portfolio for the month. So before we go on though, if you enjoyed me being an open book and sharing my experience with you, give this video a like or subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out. Now on March 1st, I got paid five different dividends. We'll start out with JM Smucker that paid me $9.90, which also bought me an additional 0.0787 shares. KLA Corp paid me $5.25 and that dripped me into 0.0155 shares. Penske Automotive paid me $4.70 and bought me 0.0471 shares. And what I like about Penske is they have been raising their dividend by 1 cent every single quarter for about 3 years now. Now, Wisconsin Energy, or WEC, paid me $10.91 and that bought me 0.1217 shares. And this is after a 7.4% dividend increase from last quarter. And finally, we have Southwest Gas Holdings, which paid me $5.95 and bought me 0.0915 shares, and this is also after a 4.2% dividend increase for the quarter. Now, Booz Allen and Hamilton paid me $4.30 and that bought me 0.0529 shares, and this was after a whopping 15% increase in the dividend from last quarter. Cummins paid me $8.25 and that bought 0.0359 shares. Atmos Energy paid me $6.80 and that bought me 0.0592 shares. And Johnson & Johnson on March 8th paid me $21.20 and that bought me 0.1251 shares. Okay, these next two are what I was talking about at the beginning of this video when I said I had some portfolio funkiness this month. So last November, I bought 100 shares of Del Taco for $8.67. Now, I bought Del Taco because it was a new dividend payer and it's kind of like a West Coast version of Taco Bell. But in March of this year, Jack in the Box bought them out for $12.51 a share, which means on March 9th, I was paid $1,251 from that buyout. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks here is that while it's most likely going to be considered a short-term capital gain, so I'm going to get a little bit smacked on the taxes, but the 40% return I had in 6 months, I will take that day in and day out. Now, the second funkiness was last year I bought shares of Phillips 66 Partners, which was a mastered limited partnership, and they ran pipelines, and it was, I think, at one point a spinoff of Phillips 66. But Phillips 66 decided to buy out the remaining shares that they didn't already hold, which means I was provided 6 shares of Phillips 66, which is now currently yielding around 4.24% at the time of this recording. Okay, let's get back to the boring dividend activity. On March 11th, I got paid 3 dividends, $23.60 from Huntington Ingalls, which bought me 0.1162 shares. Prudential Financial paid me $12, which bought me 0.1088 shares. And this was after Prudential raised their dividend by 5 cents per share per quarter. And finally, Walgreens Boots Alliance paid me $4.78 and that bought me 0.0995 shares of Walgreens Boots. Now, on March 14th, Lyondell Basel paid me $11.30 and that bought me 0.1127 shares. Okay, continuing the streak here, March 15th saw me get 3 dividends. KeyCorp paid me a minuscule $1.95, which bought me 0.0798 shares. Whirlpool paid me $17.50, which bought me 0.090 shares. And this was after they raised their dividend by 35 cents a share per quarter. And finally, Flex LNG paid me $7.50. Now, this one's a little bit different. I don't drip this one because this was more of kind of a yield chase for me. The current yield on this stock is 10%, and my yield on cost is almost 20%. So I'm a little bit tempted to dump it, but with everything kind of going on in Europe right now, I don't see the need for natural gas going away anytime soon. On March 22nd, United Health paid me $7.25 and bought me 0.0143 shares. March 25th showed me 3 dividends again. Hanover Insurance paid me $7.50 and bought me 0.05 shares. LCI Industries paid me $9 and that bought me 0.0861 shares. And Lockheed Martin paid me $28.22 and that bought me 0.0631 shares of Lockheed. Now, on March 30th, Gilead paid me $11.01, and that bought me 0.183 shares at $59.91, and this is after them raising their dividend by 2 cents per quarter. Now, March 31st was an exciting time. I got paid dividends from six different companies. So let's start with Farmer Mac that paid me $9.57 in dividends and bought 0.0876 shares. And this was after they raised their dividend by 7 cents per share per quarter. Pepsi paid me $9.73 and that bought me 0.0579 shares. Now, Silgan Holdings paid me just a measly $1.60, but it still bought me 0.0345 shares, and this was after a 2 cent dividend increase. Now, Simon Property paid me $16.67, and that bought me 0.1259 shares. And if you've seen in my other videos, Simon is one of the few real estate investment trusts I own in my investment cash account, my taxable account. Now, TDS, or Telephone and Data Systems, paid me $1.82, but it bought me 0.0966 shares, which are actually a little bit below my current cost basis. And they raised their dividend by, a half a cent. It's not much, but I will take it. And finally, Broadcom paid me $20.63 and bought me 0.0328 shares. Now, this month, 28 different companies paid me dividends, and the great thing about those 28 companies is 10 of them just gave me a raise by raising their dividend this quarter. So I'm also enjoying the ones that are paying me enough to buy, and not the 0.01, 0.02, but actually a 0.1 or 0.12 shares, the larger percentage of shares, and it allows me to see the snowball happening with the dividends that much faster. Now, one stock I didn't mention but paid me a dividend on March 8th is a company called Grupo Avalara. Now, this is an ADR that pays monthly, and I received a 23-cent dividend, but I also got charged a 20-cent ADR management fee, and because this is in my taxable account, I also had to pay a 0.02% in foreign tax. That means I made a measly penny off of this stock. And I'm probably just going to dump these shares at a slight loss because it's just not worthwhile having to deal with them. But the key thing is you got to learn about this stuff yourself, right? Maybe you learn from the mistakes I made, but you need to learn about this yourself. So my understanding is if I would have held this in my IRA or in my non-taxable account, I would still have the ADR management fee, but not have to actually pay the foreign tax. But it's just not worth it, the hassle of that, so I probably won't do that again. But either way, this month was exciting to say the least. It's like my own little slot machine, that not only pays me on each spin, but allows me to buy more spins later on. So my guess is April will not be this exciting, but March definitely was. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.